Because of yesterday's success of What's in the Background, that's right, the game's a lot like Spot the Ball and Where's Jason Hawk, just a little bit more shit and extra cringy. The winner was obviously Fraser. I will fire his comment up there. And again, I've decided to continue the streak of What's in the Background. That's right, the channel's gone in this direction, just nosediving. I've changed something in the background. Can you guess what it is? If you do, you'll be pinned. I've gave up, haven't I? Yeah, I've just gave up. Hit them with the intro.
Glorious! No, I won't give in. I won't give in till I'm victorious.
Hello everyone, this is CJ Novo 992 and today we're back for another brand new video. Today's video is here, so come in, take a seat and rest up. Get your refreshments ready for the sponsor break in about 5 minutes time. We have a couple of things to talk about. We have one other player that's now been ushered out the door who's going to be linked within the next couple of days and will obviously just be drop kicked out. So I'll be giving you my reaction to that. I want you to get your reaction down in the comments below, and obviously Twitter will have their say as well. Story number 2 is actually going to be a very easy one. It's one I see creeping up in the comment section a lot, so I'm just going to use it in a video term. Nice and clickbaity, you know what I mean? I bought a new car now. I need all the clickbait I can get. And obviously the third and final story of today will be picked by the people, for the people as always, and yeah, it should be pretty exciting. I haven't picked you yet, so I don't know what I'm doing, what I could be talking about. It could be anything. I just don't know. But what I do know is I finally cleaned my shelves. Yes, that wasn't the what's in the background, by the way. Hopefully, oh no, people's going to be guessing that it was the cleaning. Damn it. Cleaning aside though, let's jump into story number 1, and that's obviously going to be about Fabio Cardoso. Oh. We didn't sing that anymore, no, that song died pretty quickly. I've never been more disappointed in a Portuguese player since Nuno Capucho, and it's just the way the guy fell apart. He came in, he said all the right things, inspirational messages here, there and everywhere. First 3 or 4 games I was like, this is our guy, this is the guy for the future. Then we realised in one of our match vlogs with me and Snags, we actually have talked about it, saying he's really struggling in the game. We won 4-0, believe it or not, against Dundee. He was struggling with the physicality of their striker. What happened a couple of weeks later? It only continued. What happened from there? It just continued to get worse and worse and worse, and obviously the Motherwell thing happened. He dropped out the squad, obviously with the facial injury, came back, never looked like the same type of player, didn't look like he wanted to quite get stuck in, and from there I just wasn't overly impressed with him. Now Steven Gerrard has said in his own words that he has spoke to him and Herrera and been blatantly honest with both of them, saying they're not going to get any game time. I would use the end of this transfer window to find yourself a new club. So that obviously brings the clickbait to us. I've asked the Rangers fans, do you agree with Gerrard's decision to let Cardoso go? Myself, I agree with Steven Gerrard. I just don't think he's got it. I don't think he ever will. He's not strong enough. I still haven't forgiven him for being 458 yards off Dembele for that fucking long ball. I'm not wanting to get into it because I'll just get angry. And it hurts as well because he's a really nice guy. Obviously says all the right things. He knows how to play the media. And I genuinely feel like he means what he says. He really wanted to do his best, but he's just not good enough. I think Goldson will be a better player. He's got obviously a better pedigree, playing in a more physical league like the Championship to help Brighton get there. And Katic, who's obviously an international for Croatia. That and the fact that they've both been talking up their partnership already within a few weeks, that excites me. That's the future. Cardoso's not. So I'm going to agree with Stevie G. What do you think they should be using in the comment section below? Do you agree with Stevie G's decision to let him go? Or at his age, do you think he should have been given another chance at another pre-season in Spain? Because he's sitting in Glasgow. He did not get took obviously over there. Somehow Hodgson and Halliday did. But I'm not getting into that. Wow, 975 votes in the hour that was up during the Brazil game. Well done, just give yourselves a round of applause, nation. You're even surpassing my own expectations. 29% votes no, but 71% of Rangers fans on Twitter, of the 975 votes for yes, they agree with the decision to let him go. I'll read out a few comments just to give everyone their say, because I do appreciate everyone taking time out their day and everything to get involved in these types of things. Andrew Wilson just simply says, no! I was going for like a Darth Vader thing there, but I don't know what that was. Ibrox Loyal chips in with good defender when he wants to be. However, since Pedro's departure, he wasn't really up to it. Also think his facial injury in that challenge gave him the fear of the Scottish game, which I actually did mention, mate, good shout. Didn't look the same player afterwards, just wasn't as quick to get stuck in as he used to be. I actually quite like that, because that's very similar to what I obviously had to say, so someone else has obviously seen that. And yeah, shout out to Ibrox Loyal there. We're on the same wavelength. Ingram Smith says, I think you've nailed it with the facial injury. Was never a physical, imposing centre-back, but was far often too shy and timid for that moment on. Decent player with possibility of bright future, but don't see him becoming anything of note in the SPFL. Jay Fletcher says... Jay Fletcher's just brutal, isn't he? Jay Fletcher just says, yes, the worst one-on-one defender I have ever seen. He's the worst one-on-one defender that I have ever seen. Good on you, Jay. Cairo Kearney did say those 4 dots he tweeted out are some legacy to leave behind. Won't get much game time. Katic and Goldson will be our starters. Ewan Mendes says no because he is still young and I believe he has a future at the club. So that's fair, mate. That's someone actually disagreeing with the way the polls actually went, and he's got brave enough to say it. So shout out to that. Ian Graham says don't really see much point in keeping him, to be honest, CJ, especially with the likes of Katic, Goldson and Alves all ahead of him. He wouldn't get much game time. That's exactly what Gerrard said, mate. So shout out to Ian for that. And Jeremy Corbyn's legs. No, he does have potential, and I think under a proper coaching structure he would do actually very well. Nice, mate. I like that. I like that. Ross Watson said yes. Wait, the new scan. Right, I've had a quick few scan. I don't see Wallace anywhere, so I'll read it out. Ross Watson says yes. He's been an awful ever since Pedro left. He didn't even start too bad, which is the sad thing. Wish him all the luck in the future, though. Well, oh, fuck, he said Wallace. So that's been my opinion, that's been the Rangers fans on Twitter, but again, if you're watching this video, get involved with your own as we jump to story number 2 in 3, 2, 1. Story number 2 is just going to be a quick question because there's all these rumours now. Steven Gerrard has talked about Bruno Alves, saying he's not spoke to him, he's not called him, he's not texted him. They've had zero communication since he's came in as manager, and the reason for that being... Steven Gerrard's actually respecting him enough to give him his full concentration with Portugal. He's not mentioned him, he doesn't want to distract him. He knows how important concentration is and knows how important it is to play for your country at a World Cup. So he's given him all the space he needs to concentrate on obviously his #1 priority right now, which is obviously his motherland, Portugal. So I thought that'd be a fun little thing just to ask the people that's going to be watching this video and who continues to watch towards the end of the video is, what would you do with Bruno Alves? Bruno Alves is a bit of a weird one. Obviously, he's got 1 year left on his deal, so his value won't be too much. But his wage is pretty high, so you kind of have to balance it on the scales, what you want to do with him. And you know what I mean, he is a very good defender. I'm even confused, as I speak about this, I don't have any idea what I'm actually going to say here. You've probably realised that with how terrible my content is. Bruno Alves is a very good player when he wants to be and when he's fully concentrated, when he's supported with a good enough player. He is obviously a set piece specialist as well. You saw with the free kick beautifully against Dunfermline and also Hibs. So there is a very good player in there. Seems to win everything in the air, but as he's getting older, the pace is a very big problem, and he just didn't really gel with any of the centre backs. He just didn't gel as much as I wanted to with Cardoso. So I'm really struggling here to decide on what I actually want to do with this one. I would understand to keep him, because if we let Cardoso go, which is obviously Gerrard wants to do, we've only got Bruno Alves and Ross McCrory who can play at centre-back as it stands just now to obviously back up Katic and Goldson. That frightens me, but on the flip side of that, if we do get rid of Bruno Alves, that's going to free up the wage structure to maybe bring someone else in who can fill that gap and challenge for the starting centre-back position, because I don't see Bruno Alves winning the battle against Katic or Goldson, if I'm honest with you. And if they're not going to play, if they're not going to start, and if they're not going to push for the starting place, then what's the point? I've actually convinced myself, I know what I'm deciding now. I'm going to sell Bruno Alves, bring someone else in, and challenge for the centre-back spots. That's right, maybe a younger guy. Maybe develop Ross as the main centre-back as well. Build a partnership there. So let's see what Twitter's got to say of the 680 votes that was posted right after the other previous poll. Well, wait, my battery's about to die. I don't know if you can see how bad and low that is. So what would you do with Bruno Alves? Would you keep him or would you sell him? The Rangers fans have decided on Twitter, 608 votes to 52% voted to keep Bruno Alves, and obviously 48% voted to sell him. Let's see what a couple of the comments I've got to say. Non-offensive Orange Bear said, keep for now, he can't leave the club before the likes of Hodgson and Halliday. It would be the ultimate football insult. DK Neil says, would keep Alves, think the tactics were all wrong last year, so don't think Big Bruno's had a fair crack. His experience could bring on Katic and Goldson, which is fair. I like that. DK's bringing me back. Kami Mackay said, I would keep him. He could teach Katic and Goldson a lot and he'd be a good backup. I would either have him or Aidan Wilson, and I'd rather have Bruno as a third centre-back and Wilson as a fourth centre. I also really rate Bruno. There's a reason why he's at the World Cup. Enough said. Fair enough, mate. Strong opinions there. And the last one I'll read out comes from Ian McDougall says, if he's willing to stay and putting the effort in, then keep him. The man is class and we did see it. He just injured too much. Yes, I called him a pussy after the 0-0 tip game, but I changed my mind. Please don't tell Alves I called him a pussy. I got kids. I won't, mate. I'll just edit that out. That was my opinion, that was theirs. Hopefully you got involved in yours, but you know what time it is. We're all thirsty now. It's just disgustingly warm. 3, 2, 1, sponsor break! Fake drinkers now, eh? It's a see-through bottle. Are you happy? So we've now reached that third and final part of today's episode, and that's obviously going to be picked by the people for the people. It's going to be a subscriber, and he's going to ask you, so get your opinions ready. It says, Derek Nicholson at Derek_Nicholson says, what formation do you think Steven Gerrard will use? Again, it's fun, it's easy, everyone can get involved with. If I'm being honest with you, looking at our squad, I'd love us to play free at the back with sort of like what England do and use Tav and Declan John as wing backs, a lot like them Trippier and Ashley Young sort of do for England. I'd like that, but we're not going to go ahead and do that, so I think we're going to play something very similar to a 4-2-3-1. But that's it. That's today's video, all done and dusted. Hopefully you did enjoy it enough to smash a like button, and obviously if you're new to the channel, make sure to be subscribing. I've been CJNova92. Thanks for watching, and bye bye.